What if you could get a glimpse into a parallel world where your decisions were different? What if you could see how your life would be if you took a different path? Well, what if I told you that this might already be happening to you every night when you sleep? Dreams have always been a mysterious and somewhat terrifying aspect of the human experience. We spend a significant portion of our lives asleep, yet we know relatively little about what goes on in our minds while we're sleeping. But recent discoveries by scientists suggest that there is much more to our dreams than meets the eye. In fact, some scientists even believe that dreams can serve as a window into alternate realities. This may sound like a far-fetched idea, but there is growing evidence to support it. And it turns out that these alternate realities may be much closer to us than we think. Have you ever woken up from a dream feeling as though you had just experienced something profound? Perhaps you had a premonition of danger or saw a vision of a world vastly different from our own. If so, you may have actually experienced a warning from an alternate version of yourself in a parallel universe. Recent studies have shown that REM sleep, the stage of sleep when most dreams occur, may actually be a gateway to other times. It is during this stage that your brain becomes highly active, allowing for the manifestation of vivid and sometimes otherworldly dreamscapes. But what does this mean exactly? How can we receive warnings from alternate versions of ourselves? To understand this phenomenon, we must first delve deeper into the nature of parallel universes. The concept of parallel universes has long been the domain of science fiction, but it is increasingly becoming a serious area of scientific inquiry. According to this theory, there are infinite universes that exist simultaneously, each representing a different outcome of every decision ever made. In other words, there is a version of you out there for every possible choice you could have made. Some may argue that this is just a way of saying that there are infinite versions of you out there, but it is much more than that. Every time you make a decision, no matter how small, you are creating a new timeline. For example, if you chose to eat breakfast this morning, there is a version of you out there who chose not to. Every decision creates a split in the timeline, resulting in an infinite number of parallel universes. Now imagine the possibilities. In one universe, you become a famous musician. In another, you become a renowned scientist. And in yet another, you may be living a completely different life. This may seem like a far-fetched idea, but it is actually supported by some of the most brilliant minds in science today. Stephen Hawking, the renowned theoretical physicist, believed that there could be an infinite number of parallel universes existing on higher dimensions, beyond our perception. Similarly, Brian Greene, another prominent theoretical physicist, has proposed that our universe is just one of many that exist in a higher dimensional space. So what does this have to do with dreaming? Well, it turns out that our dreams may be the key to unlocking the secrets of parallel universes. When we dream, our brains are highly active and capable of producing images and scenarios that would otherwise be impossible in our waking lives. Some researchers believe that this heightened state of brain activity allows us to access information from other universes that exist on higher dimensions. In other words, our dreams may be the only way we can get glimpses into these parallel worlds. Now you're probably thinking, wait a minute, what kind of information are we talking about here? Surely it's not like we can receive messages or instructions from our alternate selves, right? Well, actually, that's exactly what some scientists believe. Researchers at the University of London have conducted several studies on the phenomenon of past life regression, which is when a person is able to recall memories from a life they did not live. In one study, a group of participants were asked to recall their most vivid past life memory. When their brain activity was monitored, it was found to match the brain activity of people who were recalling actual memories from their past. This suggests that dreams may allow us to access memories from other lives, potentially providing us with warnings or messages from alternate versions of ourselves. For example, imagine that in one parallel universe, you made a different decision that led to a negative outcome. Your alternate self may be able to send you a message through your dreams, allowing you to avoid making the same mistake in your own timeline. Alternatively, you may receive a message from a version of yourself who has lived a life you have always dreamed of, offering guidance and inspiration for your own path. While this may sound like a fantasy, it is actually a serious area of research. As Dr. Peter Sellers, a psychologist and author of several books on the subject of past life regression, has stated, the evidence for the reality of past lives is overwhelming. People are able to recall memories from a time before they were born. They can remember events that were later confirmed by historical records. And in some cases, they have even been able to recall past life skills and knowledge that they could not have possibly known. However, not all scientists agree. Skeptics argue that these experiences can be explained by a phenomenon known as the Mandela effect, which refers to the false memories that people share. For example, the belief that Nelson Mandela died in prison in the 1980s, when in reality, he was released in 1990 and died in 2013. Supporters of the multiverse theory, on the other hand, argue that these memories are actually echoes from parallel universes, where the events occurred. But what if we could find a way to control these dreams and messages from alternate realities? Imagine the possibilities if we could communicate with versions of ourselves from other times. It could revolutionize the way we approach problem solving, decision making, and even time travel. The potential benefits are truly limitless. However, this is easier said than done. Communicating with alternate selves through dreams is a highly complex process that requires a deep understanding of the human brain and the nature of parallel universes. It is a frontier of science that is just beginning to be explored. As we learn more about the mysteries of the mind and the vastness of the universe, we may uncover new ways to access these alternate realities and the knowledge they hold. Who knows? Maybe one day we will be able to communicate with versions of ourselves from other timelines and learn from their experiences. It is important to note that this is still largely a theoretical concept, and there is no concrete evidence that dreams can be used to access alternate realities. However, the idea is intriguing and has the potential to revolutionize our understanding of the universe. As science continues to advance, we may one day discover that dreams are more than just dreams. They may be windows into parallel universes and the knowledge they hold. As we explore the vastness of the universe and the complexities of the human mind, we may uncover new ways to access these alternate realities and the knowledge they hold. Who knows? Maybe one day we will be able to communicate with versions of ourselves from other timelines and learn from their experiences. However, as with any scientific theory, there is still much work to be done. Many scientists remain skeptical about the existence of parallel universes and the ability to communicate with alternate selves. But the idea is too intriguing to ignore. As we continue to learn more about the mysteries of the mind and the vastness of the universe, we may discover that dreams are more than just dreams. They may be windows into parallel universes and the knowledge they hold. In conclusion, the idea that dreams can serve as warnings from alternate versions of ourselves in parallel universes is a fascinating and controversial concept. While there is no concrete evidence to support it, the theory is intriguing and has the potential to revolutionize our understanding of the universe. As science continues to advance, we may uncover new ways to access these alternate realities and the knowledge they hold. So keep dreaming, and you never know what messages from your alternate selves may come to you in the night. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Also, let us know in the comments section below what you think about this topic. We would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.